The Minuteman statue is a staple component of Westport, Connecticut, commemorating the Minutemen that fought during the Revolutionary War. Down the road on the town green, more monuments commemorate those who fought during World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and of course the doughboy represents those who fought in World War I. On the bottom floor of the library, the tile wall depicts Westport's history, but this wall of history and the monuments seem to be missing something. What about the Civil War? What about the men who fought for the Union? Sure, the Civil War is not forgotten in today's society, but it is mainly remembered for the rebellion of the South, the warfare, or for the abolishing of slavery. What about those men from Westport who fought in the Civil War? What were their experiences like? Why did a simple farmer from a rural town in Connecticut enlist in the bloodiest battle in American history? In the hindsight of the war, nostalgia glorified the motivation of the common soldier. The typical soldier from Westport, Connecticut would not have fought for such famous reasons like abolition, patriotism to keep the nation together, or for religious reasons. Instead, the typical Westport Union soldier would have fought so that his social status remained intact, and for the pay. Westport during the Civil War was different than it is today. Westport, Connecticut was a small farm town of only 3,200 in 1860. The men from Westport who fought in the war were working men like carpenters, painters, oystermen, farmers, merchants, and lawyers. The Westport Historical Society has a collection of letters from Samuel E. Morehouse. Morehouse is an example of a typical Union soldier from a New England small town. He was a farmer who frequently wrote home asking how the farm was doing and giving instructions on how to run the farm in his absence. Like other average Americans, he was worried about money. Many of his letters include a line or two of him wishing that he would get paid off or celebrating that he had been paid off. In November of 1862, he wrote home asking for food to be sent to him, promising, "When we get paid off, I will send you some money enough to pay for them and perhaps some more." Morehouse's focus primarily on his personal payment, other than other aspects of the war, shows that finances were more important than other reasons for fighting the war. In addition to taking advantage of the war financially, the common Union soldier used the war as a social test of their masculinity. Victorian American society expected men to display courage at all times. Morehouse felt this pressure for courage when he fell ill. He wrote home on March 12, 1862, "I never had such a hard spell of sickness in my life, yet I keep up good courage. I don't give up, and I keep up with the rest of my company." Morehouse did not want to seem weak. Instead, he displays his courageousness because it is a Victorian American value, and kept up with his comrades even though he was extremely sick. Morehouse was enjoying the social aspect of the war. He wrote, "I don't wish to come home yet, for I fear I would be lonesome. Here is plenty of company that suits me the better." He grew fonder of the life of a soldier than as a farmer in Connecticut. Sadly, Morehouse never returns to Westport. He dies in April of 1862 of undocumented or since forgotten causes, only a week after his last preserved letter. Although he never returns to Westport, he is not forgotten. His fellow veterans begin a new tradition of decorating his and other graves of those who fell during the Civil War. The first Decoration Day was in 1880 and consisted of laying flowers on fallen soldiers' graves. This tradition would turn into Memorial Day that is still celebrated in Westport today. Although not commemorated by a monument, Westporters fought in the Civil War, so the next Memorial Day, keep them in mind, along with those who fell during foreign wars.